Smallest Man That Ever Lived. I've seen a lot about this track on the internet, so I'm looking forward to checking it out. Particularly, like I said, I don't, in an earlier video, I don't like getting into the drama behind this stuff. Like, I couldn't care. Like, it's not my channel. But what I find interesting is when I see a video or see a song popping off online, in the sense of like there's a lot of articles or there's a lot of people talking about it on social media, and I have not heard the song, it makes me curious. I'm like, oh, what does the production sound like? What does the song wording actually sound like? Or if you see some of the lyrics, what's the melody for the lyrics? Like, what's the context of the song? And that's something I really enjoy looking at as a musician, as a songwriter myself. So if you're new to the channel, welcome. My name is Jacob Restituto. I'm a musician and songwriter from Northport, New York. I have a whole bunch of songs out there myself, so I appreciate checking out other wildly successful artists and their music and seeing what I can learn from them, and then sharing that with you as well. So if you're interested in checking out more stuff, I have a ton of stuff on Patreon, like hundreds of videos if you want to check that out, including more Taylor reactions, but I also have like documentary, like music documentary stuff, and movies and stuff. So go check that out. There's a ton of stuff on there as well. There's actually so much that it's probably easier if you just type in your favorite artist names in the search bar and see what comes up, because there's a lot of stuff. But let's get right into this. The Smallest Man Who Ever Lived.
Was any of it
Wow,
true?
very different than I expected.
Gazing at me starry-eyed in your Jehovah's Witness suit. Who the fuck was that guy?
There's a lot of language in this album, Taylor.
You tried to.
This is so different than I expected, though. I don't know why. First of all, like, it's interesting because like the structure of this album is interesting in the sense of like we go from this very I'm sorry to pause it, 30 seconds in, but we go from this very like Midnight's minimalistic pop for the first 6 songs, 7 songs maybe, and then Florida starts this new thing where it's kind of like more indie Americana folk, and then LOML, which I just learned from you on the comments, was either Love of My Life or Loss of My Life. Was again, very piano ballad, and then I Can Do It With Broken Heart completely shifts, and it's like this like 1980s pop ballad, synth ballad, and then we go to this again now very synth song. I mean piano based songs. I'm confused at the structure in the sense of like I actually would have thought that The Smallest Man Who Ever Lived should have came after LOML, just because that actually, like, if it's The Love of My Life, The Loss of My Life, and then you're going to talk about the guy again, I feel like would have went and 2 ballads right behind each other. I think would have been kind of cool. Like, it's kind of keeps that vibe, and then you go into something different. I'm surprised. I'm just surprised. There was a reason, obviously, so I'm not sure what that is, and I'm curious if you have an opinion on it. But I find that interesting.
Buy some pills.
But we got a synth coming in there, which is cool.
Friend of friends of mine. They just go.
Piano sounds ridiculously good.
Now you know what it feels like. And I don't even want you back, I just want to know if rusting my sparkling summer was the goal. And I don't miss what we had, but could someone give a message to the smallest man who ever lived?
Like synth or strings coming in.
You hung me on your wall.
Interesting. Let me pause this really quick. So this is interesting that it started to build up a little with this like kind of with a synth, like almost like a galloping synth. I want to say it's like a dotted eighth note delay or something like that, where it's like or triplet maybe, one triplet, giving this kind of like moving forward, and we had a little bit of the 4 on the floor kick drum coming in, but then it pulls out again, and then we go back to the beginning of the song with just the piano kind of do the same exact riff again. Very interesting, very interesting. One thing I do gotta say is Taylor really puts out all the things that her exes do, man. Like, shoot, like there's no like you can't, if you do something you might very well end up in a song. You know, like whoever that guy, like I don't know if he really wanted the world knowing that he was trying to go and buy pills, like. Whether it's true or not, even the worst part if it's not true, and like now people think that he actually was. Again, I don't get involved in the drama of who, or I don't care who it was or what that situation. Like that's not my place. But man, that is tough when the whole world's listening to your lyrics. Is spotlight.
Stabbed me with your push pins.
Piano sounds so good.
Showed me.
Oh, gotta fix that.
In public showed me.
Oh, now we got the kick drum coming back in.
Then sank in stoned oblivion. 'Cause once your queen
I like that octave up jump in the piano.
You treat her like an also ran.
Also ran? I don't know what that is.
Didn't measure up in any measure of a man.
Wow, that's a tough line.
And I don't even want you back, I just want to know.
Piano keeps going higher and higher. It's really
if
nice.
Rusting my sparkling summer was the goal.
This is really cool. Let me talk about this really production. We're again slowly starting to build up a little bit more, kind of like we did earlier. But now we got acoustic guitar, stereo, left and right, kind of building up. The piano is going even higher. So like we were originally kind of in this low range, then it shifted to this mid range. Now it's pretty high. Playing nice and soft though, which is cool. We still got that synth going in. It's slowly developing and developing. These lyrics are like daggers, though, man. Sheesh, they're tough.
I miss what we had, but could someone give a message to the smallest man who ever lived? Were you sent by someone?
Ooh, a little distortion on the
who
vocals.
wanted me dead?
That was cool. Listen to the distortion on the vocals.
Smallest man who ever lived. Were you sent by someone?
That's cool.
Who wanted me dead? Did you sleep with a gun underneath our bed?
Crazy.
Were you writing a book? Were you a sleeper cell spy? In 50 years will all this be declassified, and you'll confess why you did. And I'll say good riddance, 'cause it wasn't sexy once, it wasn't forbidden. I would have died for your sins. Instead I just died inside. And you deserve prison, but you won't get time. You'll slide into inboxes and slip through the bars. You crashed my party and your rental car, he said.
It's so many different things going on here. It's crazy. We got the strings. You got this pretty. I don't know. I don't want to say cinematic, but this is like heavy tom drum, boom, 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 kind of going on, which is really cool. The strings coming in really nicely. Tons and tons of layered vocals, almost like a run-on sentence going on here, which is kind of cool because it kind of builds a little bit of tension and angst as the listeners, because like there's no breath. It's just kind of happening and happening and happening. It's like tumbling. A snowball effect is building up. Really cool production, and I like the restraint though. Like the tempo is actually faster, but the way we're playing it slow is not slow, but like rather than being like eighth notes or chord notes, it's like more like this like. I don't know, half note kind of boom, dun, dun, boom, dun, 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 you know, and it's slow tension rising. It's like anticipated tension, if that's the word you could say that.
Car, he said, normal girls were boring, but you were gone by the morning. You kicked out the stage lights, but you're still performing.
Whoa.
And in plain sight you hid, but you are what you did. And I'll forget you.
Who's an Oz in the background? Phenomenal.
Never forgive the smallest man who ever lived.
That is a tough line, man. That's a dagger of a line. That's wild. That's a cool song. This might be up there. This might be up there with as one of my favorites so far. Production wise, lyrics. I don't know if I could listen to it again with how hard the lyrics are, man. Like that hurts. Those are hurtful lyrics. But production wise, it is a 10 out of 10 song. I really like that. That's really, really nice singer songwriter production. Like, and I would call it modern singer songwriter with the introduction of that driving synth. It's really cool, man. I really, production wise, this might be my number one. I think was it Guilty as Sin or But Daddy I Love Him that I really liked as well. But regardless, this was really good. I really like this. I hope you did too. Let me know what your comments are. I look forward to reading your comments. So let me know what your thoughts are. Consider joining the Patreon. There's a whole bunch of stuff on there as well. So let me know what you want to see next. I'll see you next video. God bless and peace out.